God in prayer. Lord, we look into the scriptures again today and continue to teach us that we might grow as your people of faith with a good heart. Amen. This is Albertson Fair Weekend, and it's a fair weekend where we celebrate successes and we have competitions on whose corn is the healthiest, whose crops have the most fullness, whose baking is the best. Nobody here got to be a baking judge, did they? No, well, I always wanted to be a baking judge. I thought it would be a great job. But anyway, and the reality is some people just do better than others. And the question is, how do we handle that? Do we celebrate excellence wherever we see it? Or do we get jealous if somebody can make a better tart than I can? You see, David had defeated Goliath, and that was a great victory, and people were celebrating. And what's interesting, because David was a person of faith, this success didn't make him arrogant, because you see, in David's own words, you come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you defy. You see, for us as believers, we can be successful, but because we acknowledge our blessings come from God, our abilities come from God, it can keep us humble while celebrating success. It also means that when we don't have success and other people do, because we know that it comes from them using the abilities God's given them, we can also celebrate other people's successes. But unfortunately, when David came back from the campaign of defeating Goliath, and the crowds began singing, Saul has killed his thousands, but David has killed his tens of thousands, Saul got jealous. And that jealousy created chaos. How did Saul react to David's success? He was angry. The refrain galled him. He was afraid David was going to take his kingdom away from him or his son, Jonathan, his heir. And the problem with the envy and jealousy is that it's very destructive. If you hit this next slide, Lyle, Saul got so jealous that he wanted to kill David, a person who saved his nation and his position from being a slave because he defeated Goliath. He had come to play music to soothe Saul's heart. David was there to serve Saul, but because Saul was harboring these thoughts of jealousy, and he saw just the negative and hostile things going on, he eventually hurled his spear and tried to kill David twice. Saul was afraid of David because the Lord was with him, but had left Saul. So he sent David away, and he sent him to battle, hoping, I think, that he'd get killed, but because he had even more success, his fear and his hostility only grew. The fact is, jealousy and envy in our lives leads to chaos and destruction for ourselves and for others, and it still happens today. I want to tell you a silly story. A true story that's been working itself out even this past week. Now, I never paid any attention to Iowa State University until, Ryan, who goes to Iowa State University now? Marissa Mueller from Petrolia High School is there on a javelin track and field scholarship. She also happens to be a pre-med student, has had an opportunity to do some volunteer work at the local university hospital, which is in this story. You see, if you hit the next slide, something weird happened. This guy went to a football game. ESPN was broadcasting and held up a sign. Busch Light Supply needs replenishment. He needed money for beer, he said. It was a joke. But Venmo or whatever it is a way of transferring money electronically. People started sending him money. I don't think he meant it to happen. But when he started getting towards, $10, 20, 30, $40, $50,000, he was so embarrassed he met with his family and they decided, okay, I'm going to take money for one case of beer. The rest of it's going to the children's hospital at the university. for Facebook and you were trying to scroll back from 2019 to get back to 2012, when this guy was 16, that would not be easy. But he found two postings in 2012 where Mr. King said Carson King at age 16 made a couple of racist comments that weren't very appropriate. And so he decided it was his due responsibility to take this feel-good story and tell the world what a racist and horrible person he was. Now, it's interesting what happened after that, because as soon as Carson King saw these tweets, he said, "You're right. When I was 16, I was an idiot and I shouldn't have done it. I am so sorry. Please, don't allow my stupidity to hurt the kids in this hospital thing. Let's just keep giving money." Well, Anheuser-Busch, who had said they would match whatever people gave, did agree that they would give what they committed, but they were cutting all ties with it. Well, this made people mad, including some people who decided to look into Aaron Calvin's social media background. They found more than 2 racist things. They found 3 or 4. So they decided that they would spread that around. So the Des Moines Register said to Aaron, "I think it's time for you to apologize." And I think the story would have been over if he had simply said, "Yeah, I was an idiot too. I shouldn't have done that." The story would be over. But no, Aaron didn't do that. Well, he instead tweeted this, and I quote, "I apologize for not holding myself to the same high standards that the Des Moines Register holds others," and proceeded to say that he only looked into the background because his bosses told him to do that. That might not have been smart. That might be like throwing gas on a fire. Guess who doesn't work for the Des Moines Register anymore? And it ticked people off that people actually started posting his home address online. So he had to leave. The newspaper said, "Hey, we'll pay for you to stay at a hotel." Well, he didn't do that. He stayed with a friend. And you see, when you don't take responsibility for these things, you get into trouble. And they told Aaron to just be quiet and don't talk to the press anymore. Well, apparently Aaron is not very smart and he couldn't shut up. So he continued to talk to the press. And this is what he said. "I recognize I'm not the first person to be doxxed like this. This whole campaign was taken up by a bunch of right-wing ideologues, largely driven by that force. It was just a taste of what I assume women and journalists of color have to suffer from all the time." In other words, he was blaming the people that outed him and looked into his stuff as being a bunch of right-wing football-loving beer fanatics. That might not have helped the situation. The poor man doesn't get it. The main difference between King and between Calvin is that King took responsibility for what he said and said it was wrong, and he changed. Calvin blamed everyone else, to the point where the governor of Iowa finally said to King, "You can make a mistake in your life and still go on and do amazing things." Governor Kim Reynolds tweeted Wednesday, "Thank you for reminding us of all that. Iowa proud." And so remember how Anheuser-Busch stopped supporting his claim? Well, apparently there's a brewery in Iowa who took the opportunity to say, "Well, they may not match what other people give, but we will." They're at $2 million now, as of yesterday. So, who knows where it's going to go? It'll be interesting to see. But this is such a parable between saying, yeah, I screwed up. Because Aaron could have reported what he reported, the same facts. He could have said, look at this guy. Back when he's 16, he said stupid things. But now he's giving all this money to the children's hospital. Isn't it great that he grew up and changed? But he didn't do that. Whether it was jealousy or envy or whatever it was, he could have been a part of making this story successful and awesome. But he chose by his actions not to do that. Folks, when we are jealous of other people's success, we hurt ourselves and create chaos in the people around us. And it's a life lesson. You see, Saul was jealous of King David, but Saul's heir, Jonathan, saw David's success, saw how good he was at what he did, and became best friends with him. And said, hey, I'm going to hang around with this guy. He is effective, and together we can do great things. Jonathan did not see David as a threat to his future ability to be king. He saw him as an asset to work together with. Do you see the difference? It would be like me, as I said to the kids, trying to say, oh, I'm going to lead the service and I'm going to play the piano. I mean, anybody who thinks they can do that is crazy. One time at a Warwick anniversary, I preached the Warwick United Church, and then our brass quintet played. So we played all the hymns, and I led the worship service. That was one of the most exhausting things I've ever done. I will never do that again. It was exhausting. But you see, if I tried to play the piano, you would not be blessed like you would with Teresa or Laura playing. It would make a mess. And as long as Aaron plays the victim, oh, woe is me, everyone hates me, I'm being untreated. The last thing he said about his employers was, I just wish they believed me that I was doing my best. And he goes on to say, I'm not sure what I'll do next. I'm just taking it day by day. I feel like I'm a good writer and a good reporter. I was just doing my job to the best of my ability. And because he refuses to take responsibility, and he's blaming everybody else for his problems, and acting the victim, he's stuck until he changes. Folks, if any of us begin to feel the seeds of jealousy or envy growing inside of us, get them out quick, because they will destroy you and your life and create chaos all around you. A good heart admits our wrongs and celebrates everyone's successes and can be a part of such great success. Because a rising tide raises all boats, so other people's success can help us. Envy and blaming others leads to trouble. Admitting our faults